This is Lee. She's 27 years old, and she's an addict. I saw her on a live stream. She was unaware that she was being recorded, and my heart went out to her. She looked like a sister, a friend. She could even be me at a younger age. I've been checking back into this live feed to just check on her because she's been heavily on my mind. And I made this video dedicated to her.
How your night going, miss?
It's going all right. It's taking long, but it's going all right.
May I have your name?
My name is Lee.
Lee, nice to meet you, Lee.
How you doing?
Where are you from, Lee?
I'm from Philly.
Okay, you from this area, huh?
Yeah,
How old are you?
27.
27?
Mm-hmm.
You're young.
Yeah,
So what brings you out here to this part of Philly? Kensington.
using,
Allegheny.
supporting my habit, using
What's your drug of choice?
heroin, fentanyl.
How long have you been addicted to this drug substance?
I've been addicted to it for probably 6 years,
6 years?
almost.
And who introduced you?
A friend of a family.
Okay, so was
It's
it
like
a close
family,
friend or
a family friend? Yeah.
family friend? What's it been like struggling off this addiction?
It's a whirlwind. It puts you through a lot going through the withdrawal, and it's a lot running around with your head cut off trying to make $1 to chase a blue bag.
What was your life like before the drugs?
Like everybody else's life when they not using, put together.
It was put together? Put together. Is this your boyfriend right here?
No.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry about that. I thought you guys were together.
No.
Where do you see yourself in the next 6 months?
In the next 6 months, probably in the same predicament that I'm in now.
Lee, you gotta have more hope. Gotta fight this addiction. You
Yeah.
can't see yourself suffering every day. I know you're getting tired of it. You're down here with the same crowd. No offense to you guys. Now, Lee, do you partake in the samples out here, the free drugs?
Yes. Yeah, I do.
You do?
Mhm. Yeah.
How often?
Whenever they have them and I'm around.
And why do you choose to put that in your body knowing it's experimental drugs?
I never even thought about it that way. I guess to save money. I don't know. I never thought about it like that.
How do you use your drugs? How do you take them in?
IV. I shoot up.
Do you have any marks on your body from IV use? Do you have any marks on your body from IV use?
No. I just got track marks on my neck. That's it.
How long have you been doing that through IV?
3 years.
Damn it!
Have you ever overdosed?
Years ago, yeah, probably like 4 years, 5 years ago when I first started using.
Never got scared? You're not afraid to die anymore?
I think I'm more afraid now than I was before. I was less knowing of things in the drug.
Lee, any thoughts on getting clean anytime soon at all?
I have had thoughts, yes, it's real personal. and I need a support system to help make that happen. But I do want to get clean eventually. I don't want to waste all my time chasing a blue bag. But as of right now, no, I don't have really any thoughts of getting clean. But I would like to eventually, obviously. I don't want to be stuck in Kensington forever.
Why don't you want to get clean? You like living like this?
I think because of the withdrawal and all the other things that come with
My last interview, he just told me the same thing.
not using.
Scared of withdrawal.
Yeah.
Now let's get into that. What's that feeling like?
Nausea, vomiting, anxiety. It's a lot of other mental things that come with it.
Have you ever went through withdrawal and got clean?
Yeah, once.
What was
Cold
that like?
turkey.
How did you accomplish that? How did you accomplish that?
I don't know. I guess something was motivating me to not use and to stick it out.
Can't remember your motivation right now?
No,
You have any kids, Lee?
no,
Thank God, right?
yeah,
Are you spiritual at all?
yes.
Okay. What's your religion?
I'm not religious, but I am spiritual.
Okay, who do you believe in? You have any higher power at all?
Yeah, I believe in God.
So this dream, you have to wake up. This is not a dream. This is nightmare. I am dependent on something. This is beneath your being. Your holiness itself. I'm not paying you a personal compliment to say your holiness itself. This is what I see. And this is not enough to convince me otherwise. Very good. Namaste. Good note. How to deal with addiction, you see. When it raises its voice, I can witness the game the mind is playing. Yeah. I can observe all the nice and clever excuses the mind is making up. I can watch this inner battle. But at some point, there is a giving in. Afterwards, all this guilt and pain and fear was coming. So how to let go? How to let go of the addiction? How to let go of the addiction, you're asking? Or what it means, how to let go?
Yeah, how to let go because it feels that it's doing harm.
It's doing harm.
And I can see it with arising and passing and not being permanent, but
when it rises up and it has its way, then it's following after this guilt and pain and fear somehow.
and I can analyze it. I can even like connect it to some feelings or whatever. But it's all like analyzing, but not.
Well, we have to see which analysis you are doing and if there is one that really works. If you want to call it analyzing, the inquiry has been very good inquiring, not as a painkiller, not using inquiry like a painkiller or to, who am I, not like this, but even using this addiction also, using the addiction to go beyond it. You see, rather than running, resisting, running, no, don't want to find some distraction. No, use it. Say, okay, come, I want to see you clearly for myself, what's happening. Because enough it has happened, and I feel what is happening in the body. I feel where the mind is going with it. All these things, I can feel it. And then, really, whose addiction really is it? Really, you can do this. Because maybe some addiction is happening on your own first. Maybe the mind is drawing you to connect up into something and then to fulfill the addiction. But before it starts to raise as a sort of an attraction for something. So during this time, you can tackle it. You can look at it. You cannot win a fight when it's finished. It's coming up. You can take a look, and don't be so hard on yourself. It's not a question of somehow. We are looking at the behavior of these addictions as a measure of, in a sense, how I'm doing, who I am, and so on. Sometimes I say consciousness creates a problem in order to experience transcending the problem. It's the way in which it overcomes something. If you look at it like this, you will have a kind of perspective about it. But you must go, you have to find a way that you can go beyond it. And I've started talking about it this morning. That Maya can only get you if you limit your identification to a body-mind identity. I am this person, with this particular identity. You have very much a life where your identity has a particular context. I live here. This is my family. This is where I come from. This is what I represent. These are my ethics. These are my morals. This is where I want to go. So there is definitely a context. Then Maya can have a go at you. Let's see how good you are, how good your defenses are, how solid you are. Who can beat Maya like this? You see, you can transcend, of course, because those qualities, they're also higher qualities. If you have a higher sense of who you are, but discovering yourself, then Maya is powerless. She says, okay, one getaway. I love what Sri Ranjit Maharaj, he says, everyone is a member of the club called Illusion. Club Illusion has all the members, and it will not allow any of its members to escape and join any other club. I say it's a mafia. They will not allow, Club Illusion will not allow you to get away. Occasionally, one break away. And they call a rebel breakaway. And this rebel is called a Buddha or Christ or something, which is what we are, which is what you are, your innermost truth. And when I speak your innermost truth, I don't mean it's buried under layers and layers. I don't want to make you depressed. Your innermost truth is right here. All these words are being heard in its presence. You see? And each time you come into the recognition of this addiction has no power at all. It has no power. It only has power when you're momentarily distracted from the truth of who you are, and you're thinking, oh, I am just Mrs. So-and-so and Mr. So-and-so. Then Maya has come from Mr. and Mrs. But for Master, it's not coming. But for Mr., it is coming. So you have to be Master. How are you going to do that? You have to know who you are, also by knowing what you're not. I can point two ways. I can show you a way of dealing with this particular addiction, but I'd want to show you a way of dealing with all addictions, because it's the same. One medicine, one size fits everybody. In this, what I'm pointing. Find out who you are, because presently we're under the idea that you are just a person. It is an aspect of your expression, but it's definitely a limitation inside your being. And we are functioning like this, and I want you to come out of it. That's called waking up. Wake up from this dream of limitation that you are just this person, and this is this. You have this problem with this person, and you like this person. You believe these things. This is ignorance. You have to wake up to your divinity. If you're only human being, then Maya is strong for you. But you're human and divine. And your human trouble help you to discover your divine nature. The human side only wants a chocolate life. The divine side sometimes uses the challenges of a human being as a mirror to recognize itself. So this is the thing I'm laying out in front of all of us. No, either you try to transcend and to win over something as a human being, which is fine. Nobody's going to argue with this. Or the challenge and the chance you have is to discover your own divinity. We don't speak about these things. It's just I have to say about it now. But you don't speak after. Don't tell anybody about it. You just now you internalize and say yes, of course. In my heart, somehow, I seem to know this. I don't know how. But in my heart, the words that Mooji is speaking, somehow something knows it. Something is saying yes to it. But if you want to continue being little me, becoming a slightly bigger me, then I say, okay, all right, let's see what we can do. It's going to be a bit of a struggle. Get ready for a bumpy ride. But if you want to say, no, actually, this is to do with the idea and the identity you have as only being human being. You are the one who is aware of the body-mind functioning, of the programming, also you may call it the conditioning or the programming we receive. Somehow all the beings are receiving some programming. You can live within the rules and the pressures of our own conditioning. Or you can begin to look and see, but wait, the conditioning itself I can observe. Who am I who is observing the conditioning? Find out. I'm taking this addiction out of you. I'm not saying we're not going to deal with addictions now. You're going to find the one who is even the one who wrote this letter, the state of mind that wrote this letter is also a phenomenon, and you are earlier than this phenomenon, the phenomenal writer of these words. She is not bigger than you. Something is aware of that. You see, I want to meet this one. Because the one who is addict to something here, maybe addict to something else tomorrow. So okay, let's not. I don't want to meet you at that level, because that's just an aspect that we can meet. I want to meet you in your purity, which I know, because you can't hide from me. This is the place I want to know. I know it alongside with you. And then tell me afterwards if this is valid for you or not. You are the witness of the sense of addiction, of time, of feelings, of emotion, of memory. The seeds of memory, the information, all of this, you're aware of them. The one who is aware of all of this is that one touched by these things. Can that one be a victim of these things? I want to know. And then you can tell me, should I address you as the one who wrote this, or can we leave this aside and I say to all the beings, don't belittle yourself. Don't belittle yourself. You understand what I mean by this? Don't keep thinking so little of yourself. I said again and again, this body is a burning candle. It's a mortal body, but an immortal being dwells inside him. And he wants to use this body to recognize its own face. wants to use it. But it goes asleep a little bit inside this body and start to dream all type of nonsense. And now it's time to wake up and see when you wake up if the nonsense is still there with you or not. Because when I look in your eyes, I don't see an addict. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. I'm very happy. I don't see that. So I would be in disservice to the purity that I see to address you as though this is true for you. So this dream, you have to wake up. This is not a dream. This is nightmare. The dream, I am dependent on something. This is beneath your being. Your holiness itself. I'm not paying you a personal compliment to say your holiness itself. This is what I see. And this is not enough to convince me otherwise. Very good. Ah, yes, come. Very great. Very good. So something somehow is like I have to refuse to accept your definition of yourself. Otherwise, I am participating in something I know is not true. I cannot treat you as an idea, the idea you think you are, because it's not true. So it must be dreaming.